So you're thinking of moving to Easton Park, but you're not sure which builder is right for you. Well, in today's video, we're going to check out 4 move-in ready homes, one from Newmark, Taylor Morrison, Pacesetter, and Perry. We're going to get after it right now. Hey, Daniel here, your local Easton Park real estate expert. If you're thinking of making a move to the Easton Park neighborhood, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on the latest real estate news. I typically upload a video once a week on this channel. You know, I was a teacher for 10 years before I jumped into real estate, but how I operate hasn't changed from that career move. Honesty, effective communication, hard work, and helping other people achieve their goals is still really important to me. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days or even in a year. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Love to help you and your family make a great move to the Easton Park neighborhood. I say in a year because some people have started contacting me saying they saw a tour of one of my videos and really liked that house. Can they get it? Honestly, I record these videos and then I upload them maybe in a week, maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in a month, right? So if you really want to kind of have someone who lives in Easton Park and can be your go-to person to let you know when there's a great deal or if there's a house that I think is just perfect for your situation, contact me whenever. I have clients who are not looking to buy for over a year, but I'm in communication with them. Every now and then I'll see a home and I'm like, hey, this might work out for you. So reach out anytime. I'd love to help you. All right, let's jump into the video. So the first house we're checking out today is a Newmark home. This home is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,394 one-story home, 2,394 square feet, I should say. And it's currently listed at $525,000. This will be the cheapest home that we look at today. They actually just lowered the price today. I'm recording this early June. It was $549,000 and it started at $630,000. So now they're down to $525,000. So we're gonna play a game of why are they lowering the price? What's wrong with this property? And you're gonna find out relatively soon, I think. But we can pan around. We're in Balboa Park. And so just kind of give you some direction. Prospect Park is over there. That's where most builders are building right now. And then we have this huge grass area leading up to Apogee. And then we have Skyline over there. And then we are in a corner, which is nice. Typically you would think a corner lot. Why wouldn't we want that? Well, we'll find out. And then we have the home here. So beautiful front. I love this blue hardy plank against the brick and then the white trim around with the gutters. Then we have kind of a small, that's an okay size. The pillar's gonna take up quite a bit of room here. And just so you can see over here, so with Newmark, it's the shared driveway. So peek over the side here. So that's actually where you would enter. And then you have a house there, and then a house behind us. But that is a cul-de-sac back there. So you go around here and then into the cul-de-sac and pull into your driveway. So realistically, you're never gonna be walking through this door unless you go out for a run or take the dog for a walk. That's the only time. But when you drive, you'll pull into your garage and just come in through that side of the house most days. Beautiful tall front door, keeping that blue theme. And then a ton of space. As I said, this is just shy of 2,400 square feet. I like how open of a floor plan this one is. So let's check out each area, starting with the living room. We have a fan, 2 4 recessed lights. And then TV would go here, ton of natural light, and a decent amount of privacy. You're far enough away from Apogee and you don't have a neighbor on top of you because we're in that corner lot. So pretty good amount of privacy right off the bat, which is typically something I'm always concerned about with Newmark and Pacesetter. If you pick the wrong lot, you're gonna be just staring into your neighbor's kitchen. Then we have this study off to the side. So it is a 3-bed, but you do have this study. It's not the biggest, right? A lot of things I'm gonna say with this home, I'm gonna just kind of caveat with, but it's cheap, right? It's a low, I say cheap, 525 grand isn't nothing. But compared to the other homes available in Easton Park, this is definitely one of the lower priced ones. So I'm willing to kind of turn a blind eye and we're like, well, that's not ideal, but it's lower priced, right? So not, you have one window. I wish there was more natural light coming into here. But it's a decent amount of space. The doors are standard door height, so they're not 9-foot doors. You will see that in some other homes we check out today. Over to the left here, probably formal dining is probably how most people would use this space, I would think. Kind of an interesting spot with some more, you can use it as a second pantry. That's not the main pantry though. And you can see kind of just this grass area between you and your neighbors. Walking over to the kitchen, very bold choice, going with the blue and the gray. When my wife and I designed our home that we live in now in Easton Park, we almost went with blue. We considered it. We went with a different color for I like it when the island and the other cabinets are different color. I think it looks interesting because it gives it some texture. But we were concerned blue would just look not cool in 10 years. It's kind of a fad. And so who knows? But if you like blue, then, you know, this may work out for you. I think it looks fine, but maybe it's my 2025 eyes looking at it right now. So I have these gray cabinets throughout, the white backsplash, built-in range, 5-burner, that looks great. Pull out drawers below, tons of cabinet space, built-in microwave, oven, and then you have the underlighting too. Nice little feature there. But yeah, a lot of space. A decent sized island. You can fit 4 people, 3 very comfortably, 4 people in a pinch. And now let's check out this back patio, which I'm not gonna stay out here long because there's a bird's nest right there and a mama bird up there. And longtime viewers of the channel will know I have a fear of birds, so I really don't want to cry on camera today. All right, so we have this patio space, really good amount of space on the patio, all covered. Decent amount of privacy, right? Because you don't have a neighbor right there. I don't know how often people are going to be walking on this walkway. Who knows? This is kind of the main entrance into Balboa, but it's going to be a smaller section of Easton Park. And then we have this gate leading out there. This is kind of nice. And if we look to the side, it continues all the way down there, and then at the end of the video, maybe I'll show you, there's a gate at the end, so kind of a real backyard over there from where you would park your car by the driveway. So if you have a dog, you do have more space than this from the grass, and then we do have a gas outlet there and some electrical here. The biggest issue, I will say, is actually the road noise. And so it's something I've been noticing as I was walking through here, turning lights on, kind of just thinking like, why are they reducing the price? Why are they struggling to sell this so much? And then it was oh, I hear it. A truck went by and it was super loud. And then I stood here and a car, like a very small car, drove by on Apogee and you could hear it. So it's not quiet inside this house. And that's a big issue for a lot of people. I remember a couple weeks ago, actually, I was helping a client look at townhomes in North Austin, and we were looking at this beautiful townhome, and it had great upgrades. We were shocked at the price they were offering at, and then it was incredibly loud. It was right next to Springdale. It was actually East Austin, and it was just like a no-brainer, like, we can't do this. Like, who wants to live like this? And all of their townhomes were vacant because it was so loud inside of the townhome. Even though it was beautiful upgrades, incredible price, everywhere you stood in that house, you could hear the traffic driving, 10 feet from your front door. It's kind of the same vibe here. It is nice that it's a corner lot. It's nice that we are far away from Apogee, so you have some of that privacy, but you can hear everything. And I'm not sure if it'll come through on camera, but I promise that's a big reason why they're struggling to sell this house. Now, that may not be a big deal to you. Maybe you're looking at this and you're living in New York and you're like, you call that noise? It's nothing, right? That may not be an issue for you, but that's pretty much the reason I think why they're struggling to sell this property, because they have lowered it by a lot at this point. So let's continue the tour. We have our half bath here. Typical half bath, pedestal sink. And then our 2 guest bedrooms. Pretty good sizes, I would say. A very odd bathroom situation. So we have the single sink bathroom, went back to the blue. And then I like the tile on the floor, really shiny. You can see me in the tile, so super reflective tile. Doesn't go to the ceiling, which is it's a bummer, it's whatever though. But then hidden behind this door is the door to the other bedroom. So I wouldn't call it a Jack and Jill per se, because it just has the one sink. It's just a shared bathroom between the 2 bedrooms. And then you can see this one looks up more to the driveway where you would actually come in. Decent closet space for a guest bedroom, and no ceiling fans. It's pretty typical for builders in the guest bedrooms. I don't know why they choose to not include that, but it seems to be the way they do it. Looking at the garage. So we have this walkway, and then we get to our 2-car garage. Nothing too special about this. Yeah, there's not much to say about this garage. It's 2-car, it gets the job done. I don't know if I really like this walkway. It's kind of odd to have the entrance on the side here, because if I was to park, I'd park over there, and then I have to walk all the way around, and then here, it's not a big deal, but something to consider. Utility room right next to the primary, which is not ideal for me. I'm doing laundry at night, but it's also, I don't want it on the other side of the house, right? You're doing laundry, you want to be able to get it to your closet soon. So it depends on how loud it is. And then we have the primary bedroom here, the tray ceiling, and then just the 2 recessed lights next to the fan light. It's a pretty good size. I like the amount of light coming in. We're pretty close to that sidewalk, so definitely get blinds installed. I'm sure we can get Newmark to install blinds for us, because you're gonna want some privacy there. And then we come back to the blue cabinets again, so we're maintaining that. Then we have this nice thick white countertop, single sink with kind of a makeup area here, and then separated sink, so that is a nice thing they have here. And then walk-in shower, pretty large walk-in shower, no bench though, with natural light coming in there. Typical toilet, linen closet, and then your primary closet. Okay amount of space. Pretty good amount of space, actually. So there you have it. Newmark, that's the first house we're checking out. Most of the homes available in Easton Park are 2-story, so finding a 1-story is kind of nice, and to have it at a lower price is rare. So if you're looking for a 1-story home and you don't mind a little bit of road noise, this could be a really good deal, especially if you're looking for a 3-bedroom with an office and a corner lot too. So definitely something to consider if that's what you're looking for. But now let's go check out the next house. Real quick, just so you can see that backyard I was talking about. So this is the shared driveway. And so you would come up here. You have a little bit of space here. That's where I park my car, but then you have that 2-car garage we were just in. And then over here is the rest of the yard I was talking about. So like I said, pretty good amount of, the gate's finicky, so I'm just gonna show you on the video. Good amount of green space over here as well. All right, now let's go check out the next home. The next house we're checking out is a Pacesetter home. This is a 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 2,503 square foot home. It's also a 1-story, seeing a lot of 1-story homes today, and it's listed at $589,900. We are in Discovery Park, and so you can see where we are. We're actually, the front door goes out to Finial, which is a pretty busy road, I would say. You can see we have as a car goes by, we have the Brookfield condos on the other side of us, and William Cannon is just over there. So we're in the northeast section of Easton Park. So let's check this one out. The railings on this one. Railings are mandated by the height of the foundation. It's city ordinance, so you can never ask for railings or not. They just kind of put them in if they're required to by law. Decent sized front patio. I don't know how often I'd be sitting out here though with that road noise, but it is nice as a runner to just be able to walk out and then immediately be on a main, all the trails connect, all the pathways connect in Easton Park. So it is nice to just be out here and you have a bunch of options for running around if you're a runner or if you want to take your dog on a walk. So here's our primary area. We have the living room over here, and then kitchen over here, formal dining. I didn't turn the lights on in here because they're still working on it, and that I just didn't want to get electrocuted. It didn't look super safe. Really interesting backsplash. I've never seen one like this before. It's really cool. And we have this large island, single basin sink. I wish they would add handles. Not a big deal, but it just always annoys me. And then this, we just have the regular range. We don't have a built-in range, so not quite as fancy as some of the other homes we're seeing today. We do have this extra area back here into the pantry. So that is cool to just have the amount of extra storage here. You can prepare stuff to the side. It's away from everything else. And this is an interesting layout because this is the primary living with a door directly to the courtyard. So just in case you're unfamiliar with Pacesetter in Easton Park, they only offer courtyard homes. So all of them are gonna be shared driveways. I'll show you when we get back there, with 4 homes. And then your patio is gonna be kind of on the side of the house. So that's why it's called a courtyard. You have this side. Not all of them have a door entrance on both sides, so that is nice. And that door actually leads to your primary bedroom. But over here, off of the living room, we have a guest bedroom, which is a really good size. Nice natural light coming in. You can see they're still building this one. Looks like we have 2 closets, kind of interesting. And then a decent sized bathroom, natural light coming in, the walk-in shower and bench. So it's a nice little area for guests. They'll have their own ensuite bathroom. Then we have this long walkway with lots of natural light. We got 5 windows looking out to that courtyard. Half bath, decent amount of space. Now over here we get to 2 guest rooms. So they keep the tall ceilings in the guest room, which is nice. I was a little surprised by how tall the ceilings were in here. There's a decent amount of space. Then we have a Jack and Jill. Bathtub. Toilet, another door to the other sink. And then into the other bedroom. Pretty typical closet space. Doors here are not 9 feet, so shorter doors in this one. And then over here, kind of a mudroom area. I put a bench here, maybe some hooks on the wall to hang coats, hats. And then you have, I would label this a 2.5 car garage. So you have the split 2-car door, extra space over here, perfect for putting your tools or if a workout area, and then extra space over here also, the tankless water heater. So a pretty good amount of space. And then I really like this specific lot because you have all this extra space here and it's fenced, so you have still privacy over here. But all of this driveway is yours. So plenty of space, and just so you can see it, this is the shared driveway. So you would be coming in through there and then up here to park your car. You wouldn't really be parking on Finial. And then you have this gate that leads into the courtyard that we were just looking at. Walking back inside. Closet space. Back here is the utility room. Pretty good amount of space already, and then they have this extra storage space back here, which I was wondering, what would I use this for? Probably what I would use it for. I'd have a folding table here, just to fold the clothes, but I'd also probably put I'd use it for storage, but I'd also use it probably for other season clothes. So we're in the summer right now, I put all my winter clothes, just store them in here. And then when it starts getting cooler, just switch them out of my closet, just to kind of open up space in the closet. I'm not sure what you're supposed to use this area for, but that's kind of what made sense to me when I saw it. You don't typically see that. And then here's our primary. So it is carpeted. I kind of wish we had more natural light, to be honest. So I like that we have the doorway directly to the courtyard, and then easy access to the living room on that side too. I wish there was another window here. because it does feel a little dark. I mean, I don't have the light on right now, but still, you'd expect a little bit more light to be shining in. And then our primary bathroom, dual vanity sink. They're maintaining the kind of gray countertop. We do have a soaking tub with frosted glass windows and floor to ceiling tile on the shower with a bench, large walk-in shower. Toilet, and then back to the carpet for your closet, which is okay. It's not the biggest closet I've seen. It's okay though, especially with that extra space, like I was saying, by the utility room. If you're kind of smart with your clothes and storing them in other spots, this home has a bunch of areas that you can store things, so it's really not too big of an issue. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised by this house. Pacesetter and Newmark are both the courtyard homes that have that side patio. And so this one, being able to gain access to it from your bedroom, I like that, just having multiple access points. It's pretty private. As you can see, your neighbors, thankfully, their deck isn't facing this side, it's on the other side of the house. So then there's not gonna be anyone over there. So you do have that privacy. I wish there was a little bit more natural lighting in the home, and I wish the doors were a little taller, especially because of how high the ceiling is throughout. I think that would accentuate it. They have the tall trim too. But yeah, I think this is a good house, especially if you're looking for a 4-bed. If you're having someone stay with you, maybe an older family member, you have that guest area right off the living room. And then it's a 1-story. This seems to be the 1-story video. Typically, homes in Easton Park are 2 stories, but I'm seeing a lot of 1-story homes in today's video. So this is definitely a really good 4-bedroom option for under $600,000. Cool, let's go check out the next home. Next house we're checking out is a Taylor Morrison home. This is a 4-bed, 3 full bath, 1-story home. It is 2,998 square feet, so basically 3,000 square feet, and it's currently listed at $699,000. Pan around so you can see where we're at. You can see there's some more construction happening over here. Typical for Prospect Park. And let's go check this one out. So off the bat, the exterior, I really like this stone and brick exterior look. The white stone and the light brown brick. The garage door too, always a big fan when they have the natural light coming in into the garage. Yeah, beautiful front. I really like this home, y'all. So this door, really interesting with the bars along that window. There's just a ton of space in this house. And I'm a big fan of 1-story homes. There's very few of them in Easton Park. You do pay a premium for that, but it's up to you if you think it's worth it. I do like this house quite a lot. So we have luxury vinyl plank flooring. Off to the right, immediately we have this very large study with natural light coming in, and we can see the front of the house, which I appreciate. And the French doors, all 9-foot doors throughout this home. And then we have black fixtures, black handles, black hinges all throughout the house. Really tall ceilings. Off to the left here is a large guest bedroom / flex space, however you'd want to use this. Really large closet. Is carpeted. You can definitely feel, so with Taylor Morrison, it's all about the upgrades. They have so many different upgrades, and so it's always what you're trying to see is, well, why is it a certain price? It's probably because they put a bunch of upgrades in. So I'll try to point those out as I see them. One thing I just noticed is just the carpet. That's definitely the highest level sponginess of carpet. I don't know how to say it, but you can feel it. It feels really nice when you walk on that carpet. Going into the first primary bathroom, I like that we have these attached already, and then they're maintaining the black. I do wish they had upgraded to the widespread fixtures instead of the smaller one. Not a big deal, but like I said, it's just things to look for. Natural light coming in, and then we have the step down sunken shower with floor to ceiling tile in this bathroom, and then maintaining the black look. Yeah, it's a nice bathroom. Here we have a coat closet / your electrical area. And then this is just really wide. I like how open the space feels. And then left here we have a flex space, however you'd want to use this space. There is no door frame, so it's kind of just stays open. There's formal dining over there, so probably wouldn't use this for dining. You know, honestly, I'm not sure what I would use this for because you have the study over there. That's where my home office would be. Maybe for my wife, she would want her area here. It's kind of annoying though because there's no door, and so she's taking a call. There's not a lot of privacy. I'm not sure. That could be a play area if you have kids. Kind of put them off here. This might be jail for my dog when he's being bad. I'll just put a gate here. That's probably honestly what it would be for me. It's not a bad jail. Good jail size. And then we come into the main living area and the kitchen. The kitchen is beautiful. So we have the built-in oven and microwave. Looks like we have an LED screen on this oven, so fancy oven. And then we have the built-in range, 5-burner with pull-out drawers underneath, and then the large hood over it. This really interesting pattern for the backsplash. Large single basin sink. Really large island. I'll go around the other side so you can see it. I like that Taylor Morrison does these types of islands where it's pushed in, but you still have that coming out to the side, and there's no cabinets down here. I never understand why people put cabinets on this side of the island where all the stools are. You can fit comfortably 4 stools there. Over to the left here, very large formal dining area, and then just more countertop space here with really tall cabinets. One thing I will say I'm not a huge fan of with this particular home is the paint color on the interior. It's kind of a beige, yellowy. I just don't like it. I prefer just white paint on the interior. Not a big deal. I would, I'd get over it if I lived here. I really do like this house a lot. But I wish they went with white. I don't know why people, or why builders do this, like why they have to try different interior paints. I've never met anyone who hates white paint on the inside and they want a yellowy tinge, but I'm sure that person exists. I just haven't met them yet. Going back here, really large bench area for putting your shoes on. I would build this out probably, have some hooks on the wall here, plenty of open space, and then really cool tile design in this massive utility room, absolutely massive. So you put your washer there, dryer there, and then you have a ton of space over here. Folding laundry in here. I do wish I had cabinets, but whatever, it's a massive amount of space. Here is actually your pantry. This is a little bit of a walk from the kitchen, but a very large amount of space. And then just a large closet. Coming into here, this is a 3-car garage. It's a tandem 3-car garage. I mean, that's what they say on paper, right? I don't think you're really ever gonna fit 3 cars in here comfortably, but if there's a hailstorm or something, it's just nice having the extra space where you can get the cars in here, plus having that extra space for storage or workout, however you want to use it. And then again, I love that natural light coming in while it's maintaining privacy. So people walking on the street, they're not really gonna be able to see in, but I can see out without having to turn the lights on. And then EV chargers just kind of come with every home in Easton Park at this point. Moving into the large living area, really large living area. And then we have this stackable glass doors that go out to the back patio. I will say, I'm a fan of the idea of a stackable glass door, but in Texas, I don't know how useful it's gonna be, if I'm being honest. It's good for like 2 months when it's actually nice outside and you want the door to be open, but it's just so hot outside usually. You kind of want to keep it enclosed and not let all of your cool air outside. So it's a neat idea, like I get it, but I feel if I was actually living here, how often would I actually use that? I'm not sure about that. But regardless if you use it or not, you do have kind of a wall of window. And so that is nice letting in some natural light, especially because this back patio is really deep and completely covered. So you're not getting much natural light from this side of the house. Going over here to the left is your primary. Every room in this home is just really well sized. And we have 2 sinks separated. We do have a bath with this home, large glass window, frosted glass window. And then a really large walk-in shower with a bench included. And then I like that they kept the tile going all the way to the ceiling here. And then you have a very large closet space. I'll take very out of that. You have a large closet space. Could be bigger, but it's fine. And then off to the side, toilet and linen closet. So not all Taylor Morrison homes will have that bath. That's definitely an upgrade that they put in this one. Then off to this side is our two other guest bedrooms. So guest bedroom, I guess number 2, because we had one at the front of the house, right? Very good size. And guest bedroom number 3. Okay size, that's definitely the smallest one. Still pretty good size. And then they have their full guest bathroom here, just the one sink. I do wish it was 2, but whatever, with the bath instead. So there you have it. There's the Taylor Morrison home. So now we're gonna go check out the next new build inventory home. I'll see you over there. I'm sorry, I just realized I didn't show you the backyard, so let's go check that out real quick. So this specific lot's interesting. We have this large covered back patio, like I said earlier, and then okay sized backyard. This is on a 60-foot lot, so these are the larger lots from Taylor Morrison. If I was to choose, I would prefer to be that person looking down rather than down here looking up. They're kind of covering, you know, a lot of the sky line, so it's not the best view. And I'd be concerned about drainage, making sure we're not getting, you know, when it storms heavy, all of their water coming down here and then pooling it somewhere in the backyard. That has been a thing in Easton Park, and so we can kind of look in the outskirts. It is nice that they did rocks at least on the edges, so you don't have to keep that up as much. But I would advise getting something in writing from Taylor Morrison of, you know, if there's pooling on the property after it rains, will they come out and adjust anything? Because every builder swears that they met the city guideline standards for drainage and you won't have an issue, but then you look at the homeowners Facebook group and there's people left and right complaining, hey, there's water pooling in my backyard, and it took the builder forever to come out and add French drains or however they want to fix that. So I would definitely, for this specific lot, I would advise bringing that up early and make sure you get something in writing that if that is a problem after you move in, the builder will take care of that. All right, now we'll go check out the next house. And here we are on the last home tour of the video. This is the highest priced home. This is a Perry 60-foot lot home. We're in Prospect Park right now. This specific home, it's actually the same as their model home. So if you ever come by the neighborhood, this is the model home for Perry. This is a 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 3,491 square foot home. And this one is listed at $847,900. So pan around so you can see where we're at right now. As I said, we're in Prospect. So Taylor Morrison, Brookfield, and I believe Pacesetter, or not Pacesetter, excuse me, Highland are building in this neighborhood right now. So looking at the exterior here, we have stucco gray. It's really interesting black garage door with the garage door entrance on the outdoor. So you have the code there. And then we have the black fixtures for the lights. That looks great. Stone on the bottom here, and then going up to the top on the side. And then we have this natural wood underneath. That looks fantastic with the hardy plank and then stone on the interior too. And then we have the gray tile entrance. So very stylish front. Not the biggest front driveway I've seen. This is a 3-car garage. You'll see when we get inside. Interesting door. I don't know if it's my favorite. I wish there was more natural light instead of just that slither of frosted glass. That's personal preference though. This home is beautiful though. So we have tile flooring throughout. I prefer LVP, again, personal preference. Perry seems to want to go more of the tile route. I do like this tile flooring though, very different shades. It makes it very interesting. We have our study here to the left. Decent amount of space, massive windows, absolutely massive. with the French doors, 9-foot doors throughout. And then it's gonna be a little tricky to know where to go next. We'll go right. So we have our mudroom area here, some hooks on the wall. Nothing too fancy with that. Then you have your 3-car garage, so 2-car, and then 3rd space tandem down here. I wish they had the windows in there, just have some natural light in here. Again, personal preference, but it's kind of the point of these videos, right? It's hearing my opinion instead of me just walking around. Here is our utility room that connects to the primary bedroom closet, so we'll go there in a minute. But as we continue down here, we have a half bath, not pedestal, so I like that it has the cabinets. Really nice quality countertop there. I wish they didn't have this really cheap faucet though. So A, it doesn't match kind of the stainless steel of everything else around it. And then B, it's hard to clean these. I prefer the widespread 8-inch ones. Again, it's like, who have I become, right? I don't really care about faucets, but when you're looking at a home that's in the 800,000s, you start caring about the details, right? So this one, I'm a little annoyed that they didn't go, you know, how much more would it cost them just to put a nice faucet there that matched the door handles and everything else. Anyway, I digress. So we have first bedroom off here, decent sized closet for this bedroom. And then kind of weird, we now go to a thinner style stone counter, again with the faucets that are upsetting me today. Tile does not go to ceiling, but you know, it is what it is. So to give you context for this, there's another home that's the exact same floor plan as this one, but it's listed at 920 something thousand. So there's definitely issues with this one. This is considered a low price, being in the 840s for this specific floor plan. And if it's a faucet is causing me to spend 75,000 less, then that is a deal. I'm okay with that. So now we're coming into the primary closet, or I should say one of the primary closets. So that connects there. Nice that we have the built-in shelving here. Pretty good amount of space for a single person. Linen closet here. And then this is really where Perry homes shine. So their primary bathrooms are usually very nice, typically much better than the rest. We have separated sinks. Now we get the 8-inch with the stainless steel chrome look. I don't know why they skimped on the other bathrooms. Very large bathtub. I could actually soak in that bathtub. Always a fan of that as a 6'1" person. Lots of natural light coming in with the frosted windows while maintaining that privacy. And then we have the second closet here. This would be my closet. That's where my shoes would go, just so you're aware. And your walk-in shower with the bench, pretty nice. So it is nice having that walk-in closet for my wife next to the utility room there, really easy for folding laundry. And then really nice sized bedroom. Some people see huge bedrooms and are kind of drawn to it. I've seen bedrooms that are too big because really I need to put my king size bed and a couple of side tables and maybe a chest of drawers, maybe, right? That's really all I need is space. So to me, this is a perfect sized bedroom, and perfect as far as, obviously you put the bed over there, you have plenty of room to get to there, and all the natural light is coming in over here. It's not shining in on my face as I'm sleeping. But we have carpeted bedrooms. I'm also not the biggest fan of carpeted bedrooms. That's something you can rip up down the road though, it's not a big deal. So now we are in the main living area. Massive ceiling, ton of windows. Walking back just a little bit, you have this kind of nook area here. Perfect for staging, kind of doing some more interior design here. So less of purposeful area, more just you can design it. And then we have our formal dining. Now coming into the kitchen, we have some extra drawers down here. I'm never a big fan of that. I do like how deep those go at least, but it takes up a little bit of the legroom space for the stools. You could fit 5 stools here comfortably. It's a really large island. I really like the pendant lights that went with here. Very modern, interesting. And then we do have handles on all of these. These are the custom cabinets, the J-Craft, so high quality, and do they? Nope, okay. So they do not have the slow close. Built-in oven, microwave, corner pantry. Another feature, Perry isn't the only builder that does this, but I just like when they do this. They have the lower shelves come out, but then the higher shelves are pushed back further. So it's just easier to grab things in the middle there. Just a small feature. Built-in range, no pull-out drawer, which surprised me. It's just a regular cabinet. So it's kind of a downgrade in my mind. I do like the sleek, they're hiding the hood there, so it's not just stainless steel. It's looking at this, it maintains the same color throughout. Backsplash is really interesting too. We kind of have it almost looks like, I don't know what you call it. It's like granite brick look. It's interesting. And I like the countertop here, the thickness of it and the design. Large single basin sink, keeping that stainless steel vibe going. Really low to the floor windows, super tall. So they take up really the entire wall. These windows are massive. And if you have cats, they will enjoy that spot. Stackable doors. Those will be useful 2 months of the year. And then really large back patio space. As I said, all of these are 60-foot lots. You have your gas outlet there for the grill. So they're going to be pretty wide. It's a pretty good amount of space for a backyard. I wish the lots were off each other. Like I wish that fence line was here so that I'm not staring directly into my neighbor's living room. But they'll have blinds, they'll have curtains. It won't be a big deal when you're living here. It's a beautiful home when you walk in. All right, let's check out upstairs. Surprised to see carpet on the stairs. I never like carpet on stairs. It just wears very quickly, especially if you're having people staying in the bedrooms upstairs, and it's going up and down every day. And then carpet upstairs is pretty normal, right? So we'll start over here. We have guest bedroom number 1. Decent size. And then Jack and Jill kind of bathroom setup. Interesting they really don't care about the guests, I'm noticing. So the faucets up here are the same cheap ones as downstairs. They didn't bother to put handles on these guys either. Yeah, tile doesn't go to the ceiling. Keeping that same look with all of the fixtures in here. And then this is the closet for, as I walk into the wall, the second bedroom upstairs. Again, not the biggest one. It's perfect for a child, I would say, but linen closet. Love how this opens up to the downstairs and to the front. As you can see, wherever they can, Perry throws in a window, which I really appreciate. Lots of natural light. And we have this upstairs landing area with the tray ceiling, and they've included a fan. Lots of natural light coming in here. And then you get this theater room. So another tray ceiling. Window panes. I would probably put blackout curtains over those. Big screen there, maybe a projector. And then big couch over here. So there you have it. Honestly, with these rooms, this is where I start wondering, is it better to go with the to-be-built route? Because I know that they offer like built-in speakers in the ceiling. They have a bunch of upgrades that you can do if you build from the ground up. It's probably gonna cost a little bit more. It will cost a little bit more, right? So it's kind of depending on, if you're going for this house, is this your forever home and you want the perfect home? In that case, I would urge you to go for the to be built, and then we just go through the whole design process, right? If this is a house that you want because it's a great price and you just need this much space, this is perfect for you, right? Because this is, like I said, about $75,000 less than the other comparable size, the exact same floor plan home available in Easton Park. But I digress. As I said at the beginning of the video, doesn't matter if you're looking to move here in 9 days or 90 days or whenever, you can contact me anytime. I'd love to help you find a dream home in Easton Park. Maybe it's your first home. You know, me and my wife, we bought our first home in Easton Park. It was a 2-bedroom, 1-story home. Now it's become a rental for us. And we moved to a larger home where we're probably gonna stay there for the next 20 years or so. But Easton Park is such a great spot right now to buy in because you can get your interest rates bought down quite a lot. And they're building out here for the next 8 to 9 years with, if you check out my Prospect Park video, some really interesting amenities that are going to be built out over the next couple of years. That's really going to increase the property values of the properties here. And just the location's perfect, being close to Circuit of the Americas, the airport, Tesla Gigafactory, easy access up 183. I mean, there's so many reasons to buy in Easton Park. I can list them all off. This has already been a long video, so I'll try to keep it brief. But yeah, if you're thinking of moving to this area, make sure you reach out sooner rather than later so I can keep an eye on things for you and I can reach out to you immediately so you're the first to know when something comes on the market that fits your needs. But I hope you guys found this video helpful, and until next time, I hope to see you around the neighborhood.